Hotep Jesus dude. Hotep.
I'm depressed as fuck, Rob. I can't even talk. So
Hotep Jesus dude. Hotep.
all right.
Man.
You're just gonna let somebody else talk for me because I can't. I can't even deal with life anymore. So just quick intro. I don't normally listen to Hotep Jesus. I've never really been a big fan, but he put out this video probably like a week ago, and I've been losing my mind ever since, because he's really saying everything that I've been screaming, and it's been a rough couple of weeks with everything that's going on in the world and everything that's going on inside me. And I'm just heartbroken that I'm just heartbroken and I'm ready to give up. But I just think this video, it's about a week old, but it's kind of summarizes everything that I've been feeling, and I can't even talk anymore, so I'm just gonna let him say it. So enjoy the video. I think it'll get under your skin the way it's gotten under mine. But nothing's a lie here.
Then I watched the red whites. I fought my whole life for. Right up until Black Lives Matter was born, I fought my whole life. That night, the verdict came down, and Trayvon Martin's killer was found innocent. And I was reading my timeline. I got flushed with everybody's emotions, and I cried. Tears fell from my eyes. And it was at that moment I said, I'm not going to shed no more tears for the people. Next thing I shed will be blood. I'm not shedding no more tears. I felt weak. I felt helpless. I was angry because I saw people who were lost and misled, and I felt their pain even though I didn't agree with it. I saw people duped, fooled, but I still felt their pain. I still felt, I was still empathetic. I saw people who I fought my whole life for. Right up until Black Lives Matter was born, I fought my whole life for Black people. I got a Black Panther tattoo on my arm at the age of 16. I was the first person in my class to get a tattoo. I was very pro-Black my entire life. Then Black Lives Matter hit, and my people turned on me. They turned on me because I warned them that they was about to be fooled. And I was heartbroken that the same people I tried to help my entire life that I lived for turned their back on me, turned me into the bad guy. And it was from that moment on that I said, I'm not helping Black people no more. I washed my hands with them. I didn't wash my hands with them because I was angry. I washed my hands with them because I realized I couldn't help them. It was at that moment I realized, I said, oh shit, I really can't help these people. There's nothing I could do. They are so far gone that there's nothing little old me could do. There's nothing I could do. And I came to that realization. And that's when I said I was going to focus on myself and focus on my team and focus on Hotep. And little by little, I grew accustomed to this conservative red-white situation. And I ran into this crew and I started to fall in love with it. Started to fall in love with the conservative movement. And then I showed an ounce of pro-blackness and sympathy for black people. And then the red whites turned on me several times. We troll now, but one year I honestly was like, yo, it's Kwanzaa. Like, what's up? And I got criticized for celebrating Kwanzaa. I got criticized for saying Trayvon Martin was murdered. I got criticized for loving black people. So first I got turned on by Black Lives Matter and everybody associated or wanted that. And I got the white conservatives turn their back on me because I was a little too black. And I realized I couldn't help them neither. So again, I went back and I focused on myself. Now, why did I bring up those two groups? In regards to Ottawa, because it's the same shit. People versus the state. It's people versus the state. And the sad part is when Black Lives Matter was in the streets, and I'm not talking about the organization that been robbing us. I'm talking about the people that actually cared. It's people that was walking in them streets that actually fucking cared. And nobody could understand that amongst the white right. They just saw Black Lives Matter as the rules. They didn't see a people fighting against the state. I did. I knew how to separate a people protest versus the state from a corrupt organization. I knew how to make that separation. The red whites didn't. Then I watched the red whites show up at the Capitol on January 6th, and I was proud of them. I said, this is the moment I've been waiting for. I was calling it on Hotep's been told you for years. I said, yo, white man gonna rise up. He gonna rise up one day. And he did. Then I watched the black community criticize them. I said, damn, we got a long way to go as a people, as a species. Just here in America, we got a long way to go. So when it was black people versus the state, the red whites was nowhere to be found. When black people was getting abused by police brutality, racial profiling. Yes, that shit's real. I've been a victim of it. That shit's real. Yes, when you black, cops is a little bit different. It's a little bit different. The court system is a little bit different. I remember going into the courtroom system here in New Jersey, inside a small town, and looking around the courtroom and seeing brown faces everywhere in a majority white town, and saying to myself, damn, so only black people committed crimes? Only black people sped through this neighborhood? Only black people got tickets? Where's the white folks in here? I knew the numbers didn't add up. And what they say? Back to blue. This is what the red white said. Back to blue. I'm like, back to blue. They don't work for you. They work for the state. January 6th came around. I was proud of them red whites. Stood up for what they believed in at the place that they should have did it. And I supported them. And I watched black people criticize them, and that shit broke my heart. I said, don't y'all get it? This is our moment. As a species in America, this is our moment. This is our moment to really make a change. Like, as black people, watching the red whites go up to that Capitol to get some freedom, that freedom they was going to get could have helped black people too. We sat here and criticized the system of white supremacy and then sided with the system of white supremacy because we allowed a mainstream media to fool us into thinking these people are all racist. And they might be. I don't really care about that. I don't really care about people being racist. I hate when the state is racist. That's my problem. The hoi polloi is racist, that's cool. That don't affect me. But when the state is racist, that affects me. So I was brokenhearted when the red whites criticized people for protesting the police, saying, oh, it can't be that bad. Then I had to watch black people criticize the red whites, saying, oh, it can't be that bad. Then I said to myself, damn, the state won both times. These were our opportunities to unite. The red whites always say, yo, how come we can't get the black people to vote Republican? It's because you don't treat us like Americans. You don't treat us like fellow Americans. You treat us like others. With a quote around it, the others. We're not Americans to you. We're only Americans when you want us to do your bidding, when you want us to vote your way. Then all of a sudden you want us to be Americans, but you don't view us as Americans. If you viewed us as Americans when we had a problem with the state, no matter our track record, you would have been on our side. Now, are there cases where somebody had confrontation with the police and they deserved it? Absolutely. I call those situations out all the time. Now, I don't really like the whole George Floyd situation and how they using it. But George Floyd ain't deserve to die. I'll be honest with you. George Floyd did not deserve to die. He did not deserve to be handled like that. And it was wrong for that cop to sit on his neck for 9 minutes. That was your opportunity to win the black vote right there. All you had to do was say, that's tragic. No matter how much drugs is in the system, and yeah, we know he wasn't the most exemplary individual. He don't deserve all the statues and everything, and they're trying to rewrite history. I know that. But he would have never made it into the history books had you had empathy and sympathy and postured properly and said, yo, as white conservatives, we stand with the people who grieve this loss of this individual because it's us versus the state. It's not black people versus white people. That's the trick. It's not white people versus black people. That's the trick. It's us versus the state. Regardless of George Floyd's record, he was done wrong.
And I think there's more to that story that we're not hearing. I'm not going to get into all of that, but there's more to that story that we didn't get to.
This video is not about George Floyd per se, okay? This is, I mean, you could see this is why I don't listen to this guy. But I found this video, and it's just his opinion. But his opinion makes sense now, in retrospect. A lot of it does make sense. Nobody on the conservative side, like he calls the red whites, nobody was saying he deserved it, okay? But he's asking us to look at the bigger picture. The frenzy and the hysteria that came along with George Floyd was nothing more than a communist ploy to get under everyone's skin. And it worked. Okay. That was wrong. That was wrong. Okay. But as a, you know, just as a situation, if it hadn't exploded into what it exploded into, and it hadn't become as big as it did, just as a situation, yeah, it's fucking wrong. You know, I personally don't care that he died. I could give two shits. It's one less fucking junkie in the world. And you guys know I hate drug addicts. So I personally don't care. Oh my God. I'm just saying is this really you, or is this a bot? Oh my God, this can't be you. This isn't you. You're a bot, right? This is a spam account. If it is you, I just want to say nice to meet you. I'm really happy you're here. This is the first smile that I've had on my face in like over a week. And I really liked this. Oh my God. 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 It's really you. Oh my God. Wow. Oh my God. So listen, I just wanted to say that this video like totally, I mean, I'm really depressed. Like I'm in pain. I'm in pain over it because you're saying everything that I've been feeling for such a long time. And we don't agree on everything. Absolutely not. We totally don't agree on everything. But I am so flattered that you're here. And this video that you made really broke my heart because it said everything that I've been feeling for so long. And you summarized it. You summarized it very, very well. And we are two sides of the same coin. And I empathize with your points here. So I just wanted to play this for my audience and just try to get them to see the bigger picture, because I think in this video you see the bigger picture and you're describing it in such a painfully true way. And I've just been so triggered by everything that's happened I've been triggered by obviously all of this, but then the thing in Canada, and now the thing with Chad Prather and Facebook, and it just seems like the shit's never gonna fucking end, and I'm just totally depressed about it. So I am happy you're here, Hotep Jesus. I can't believe you're here. Do you guys remember that time when Uber guy jumped in my live stream? Totally made my day. You are absolutely welcome. You are absolutely welcome. And I love that we don't feel the same way about everything, but I think that we are both coming to a point where we're looking at everything in retrospect, and we're like, okay, here's where we fucked up. Here's where the conservatives fucked up. Here's where BLM fucked up. Here's where it's all a communist takeover, and we didn't even see it. We didn't even see it coming. I mean, some of us saw it coming, but we behaved in different ways. So I'm happy you're here. Thank you.
The bottom. But that was your opportunity. A lot of y'all Christian too. Y'all go to church. Y'all swear y'all love Jesus and shit like that. And y'all don't act Christ-like.
Now here we are. Ottawa, Canada. Freedom's on the line. Literally. The state wants people to take a medical experimentation. African Mike, thank you. Communism is coming to the U.S. Canada was the test subject. I'm here to tell you, communism been here. I warned the red whites. Before the pandemic hit, I warned the red whites. I said, yo, we live in a communist nation. They laughed at me. They said, no, this is a capitalist nation. I said, no, it's commie, yo. They move slow. Fabian socialism, Fabian socialist society, the Fabian society. The mascot is a turtle. It's a slow creep. They learned their lesson from the Bolshevik Revolution. It's a slow creep, little by little. But after while I was doing my studies, I said, oh, wow, we live in a communist nation. It's got capitalist features, but it's a communist nation. It's a communist nation with capitalist features. And not the opposite. Don't be fooled. It's not a cap. How can you have a capitalist society? Capitalism means the root of it is capital. And as we use the word capital today, that means money. But your money is operated under a central bank, and that's exactly what Lenin said he wanted. Lenin said he wanted a central bank. 90% of communism is installing a central bank. If the money ain't free, how the people gonna be free? So here we are, years later, and the encroachment of the state under commie-like policies, forcing mandates. I got family calling me like, yo, how do I get the exemption? A while back, I made the decision not to participate in corporate America anymore. I fought like hell to get out of corporate America because I knew I couldn't live under that regime, couldn't live under their rules. And I'm so glad I got out, because who knows what I would have had to put in my body just to make a living for my family. And the state turned on us. It was never on our side to begin with. January 6th, the police turned on y'all. The left said defund the police. I said, you know, that's not really a bad idea. Y'all mocked the left and said, nah, da, 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 da. Is there nuance to that conversation? Absolutely, there's nuance to that conversation. Are there problems with defunding the police? Absolutely. Will crime spike after you absolutely. But these are the conversations we need to have. Defund the police is a signal. Now, I know the ulterior motive for defund the police is to have Interpol and international police come over here and run us, put us under the thumb of the New World Order. I know all of that. I know they want to install robot police and all of that. I'm hip. But I'm not talking about the puppeteer. I'm talking about the puppets. The puppets I feel bad for because they're controlled. But I hear their cries. And their cries come out with the language of the puppeteer, which is defund the police. But really what they're saying is the police is killing us. The police state. Alex Jones has been saying this forever. The police state, the police state, the police state.
This is why I'm saying let's just listen to Hotep and be fair about it, okay? Because when he says it, or when other Hoteps say it, you know, and we do make fun of these types, you know, on this channel, we do make fun of these, you know, hyper active black activists. We do, okay? But when they say it, we disagree and we're all back the blue. But when Alex Jones says it, oh, that's when we listen, right? Right? So let's be fair. All I'm saying is let's be fair. Let's listen to what he's saying and be fair. Think about it. He's not even talking about sides anymore. He's just describing similar behaviors between the blacktivists and the red whites. Similar experience between the blacktivists and the red whites. And we're all getting fucked. We're all getting the screws, you know, tightened on us. And we're seeing it in Canada. But anyway, guys, so I haven't mentioned it yet, but we will be adding to the Red Pill Book Club. We are going to be adding The Naked Capitalist, The Naked Communist, and The Naked Socialist. Okay, so after we do the 33 Laws of War, or whatever that book is, after we do that book, we will move on to these other books, okay? So I'm just letting you know ahead of time.
Now we out in Ottawa. And it's people versus the police. And so few people have compassion. But those people that don't have compassion, the people that are out there in the protests, are fighting for their freedom. They fighting for everybody's freedom. And I don't even believe in protests. And I'm just like, damn, like, keep protesting. Keep protesting. So here I am, conflicted and struggling. Logical mind is like, protests don't mean nothing. And the other side of me is like, this is important.
Damn straight.
Nobody talks about the important things, man. Nobody talks about the important thing. Try my best, man. I try my best to show up and do what's right. Give the right information to the people. And it's not what the people want, man. People want entertainment. Want to be distracted. They don't want to be educated. They don't want to learn. Then all of a sudden, shit hits the fan, and now everybody's scrambling. You run a GoFundMe campaign. You know how long I've been saying, like, get away from GoFundMe? I was saying get away from GoFundMe in, like, 2014. I was just like, yo, why do people run GoFundMe? Why do people run the GoFundMe? I don't get it. Like, the technology is real simple to build. I was saying this to Black people, like, why don't you got your own GoFundMe? Like, then I seen the Red Whites, and they running the GoFundMe campaign, and I seen it, and I was just like, y'all still use GoFundMe? It's like, I just always thought that was really weird that people use GoFundMe. To me, GoFundMe was a joke. I remember when GoFundMe was a meme. And then they shut the money off. I started the Give, Send, Go campaign. And I wasn't optimistic about that either, because I'm like, they still don't understand. They still don't get it. They still don't get what this fight is about. They don't even understand the battleground. The conversations are all leftist battlegrounds. You never draw the left into your battlegrounds. Anyway, so the financial institutions turn their back on the people. I just got finished writing a book called The Patriot Report, warning people about financial institutions and how financial institutions have been running this country since the very beginning. I go on my timeline, I come to my YouTube, and I talk about, yo, Y'all need to deal with this Bitcoin. They can't stop the Bitcoin. They can't stop the Bitcoin. And the red whites are resistant to Bitcoin. But at the same time, they saying, end the Fed. You're not gonna end the Fed. It's not, again, like, y'all don't get strategy. Y'all don't get war. You never fight war on the enemy's battleground, yo. Not unless you got the dominant army. If you got the dominant army, then yeah. But if you don't have the dominant army, you can't fight it on their territory. You got to bring them to your territory. Y'all keep fighting them on their territory. End the Fed. No, it's not about end the Fed. It's about you don't have to participate in their system. It's the same thing I tell black people. You complaining about white supremacy and all this stuff. I'm like, you choose to participate in their systems. You complain because the Grammys won't give you an award. You choose to show up in their system. You complain about the NFL, but you choose to play in the NFL. It's the same concept. If your enemy don't like you, why are you participating? Trust, compliance, and participation, the three biggest problems with Americans. Y'all participate. It's end the Fed, but y'all still want to use the fiat. This is what y'all sending the truckers. End the Fed, but send them the Federal Reserve note. Clayton said, I agree with you. How would you draw the opposition to your battleground? First of all, you have to create the battleground. You can't draw the enemy to the battleground until you create the battleground. Where's the right's battleground? The right, everything the right does is a reaction to the left. The left creates the battleground. Then we fight on their battleground. Every single talking point amongst the right is a reaction to the left. What do we see? We see, I don't even know what to call it, but it's participating in women's sports and destroying women. I think it's ridiculous, but that's the leftist battleground. Who allowed that to happen? What individuals at that swim park allowed that to happen? And why didn't you do anything about it on the ground? You actually helped manifest that by having them LGBT conversations. You should have ignored them LGBT conversations and affirmed the family. You should have put out propaganda, materials, and affirmed the family. Where's your documentation of affirming the nuclear family? Where's your documentation? Jordan Peterson? No diss to Jordan Peterson. I'm just saying, like, that's who y'all got. Where's your Hollywood? You go, oh, we don't deal in entertainment and celebrity. Well, that stuff's going to exist. Where's your musicians? People still need music. Then you turn around and all your celebrities and musicians turning on you. But every conversation you have is a leftist conversation. When do you go to Twitter and make something trend that's about what you want to do? Why don't you go to Twitter and make Jesus Lives trend? You know who makes Jesus trend? Kanye West. They are trying to erase the church. They're trying to erase Jesus because they don't believe in him. Because they don't like him. Because they don't like his story. Because they killed him. Why you ain't run to Twitter and make Jesus trend? Kanye made Jesus trend. You worried about losing your gun rights Where are your best gun advocates? And what are they doing? Where's the propaganda you create to affirm that? Why is it you cannibalize yourselves and you allow, I mean, the intellectualism on the right is so dismal, you allow yourselves to be led by false prophets. Andrew Torba, I appreciate you, Akil. Andrew Torba created Gab. Then you allowed controlled opposition to compete with him, and you ran to their little websites. They popped up another one, and you ran to that one. You got your information hacked and stolen. They sold you Freedom phones, and you bought them, and they came from China. You keep following false prophets, leading you nowhere. Fast.
Mm-hmm.
You laugh at the black community because they got Al Sharpton and whatnot, but you got the same equivalent and you can't see it. Just like the black community can't see their false prophets, you can't see your false prophets. And if I call them out, you tell me I'm jealous. That's what Black Lives Matter told me when I called out DeRay McKesson, when I called out Sean King, and I said, yo, these dudes is grifters.
T-shirt
They told me I
salesman.
was jealous. Now, if I call out some of your greatest
salesman.
people that you love, you're going to tell me I'm jealous. I'm not jealous. I care about you. And you're being led astray by false prophets. That's your biggest problem.
This is why I wanted to play this for you guys. I told you he was fucking killing it. I told you he was saying everything that I've been feeling. What have I been complaining about for the past couple of months? T-shirt salesman. What do I keep calling him? T-shirt salesman.
You send them your money. You send the false prophets your money because you're too stupid to know what's right from wrong. You're too uninformed to know what's right from wrong. You can't tell real from fake if it was right in front of your face. I could tell you right now, I could list the names of people that's fake and you'd be like, oh, he's just bugging. I'm not naming names. They're not ready for that. I've already named names in the past and I see how they act when you name names. I can't name names because they don't know how to take it. The whole world shatters when their favorite TV personality they find out is a shill, works for the enemy. They can't take it. They're not ready for that. When they ready, I give them the names, but they not ready. You got to spoon feed these people. You got to spoon feed the hoi polloi. I learned my lesson. I learned my lesson during the Black Lives Matter. I learned my lesson last time I called out they little false prophets. But your false prophets is late. They late. Hotep's been told you get on crypto. Been told you get on Bitcoin. They shut down your financial institutions not once but twice with your campaign donations, and you still don't know how to operate in Bitcoin when you could have been on Bitcoin years ago. The libertarians beat you to Bitcoin, and they can't win an election to save their lives, and they beat you to Bitcoin. You're not technologically advanced. You go to a leftist protest, they got all types of gadgets, computers and whatnot. You go to a red-white gathering or rally, and they got coffee mugs.
I've been saying it. Where's the QR codes? Where's the laptops? Where's the tablets? Where's the voter registration? Do you know when I was on the recall effort for Gavin Newsom, do you know I had my tablet, my laptop right there to sign up fucking voters? Go to a red white event. You're not going to find a fucking laptop anywhere. You're not going to find a QR code anywhere. There's no guerrilla warfare at all. None. There's no use of technology whatsoever. Everything's old school. There's no effort to open the door using technology to help fight this war for our side. None.
And I understand it's because the age brackets are skewed higher. I understand that. And your children become liberals and socialists and communists. But God damn it ain't that damn hard. You support the false prophets, and the false prophets leading you off a cliff fast. Tune in to drop out. He said the spiritual force carrying particle is not a what, but a who, and each has a spin. Those BML who cared were spun up. Those who stole spin down. Many RW on and spin up, and others maintaining spin up is here for all. I appreciate you for the large support. Thank you. Tune in and drop out. What did they give you? What have your false prophets given you? They're giving you no plans. You know what they do? They sit on Twitter and they wait for the left to do something. Then you complain about it and you meme. And then you celebrate and say, we own the left. You didn't own the left. The left owns you. What are you talking about? They just cut your money supply off to your Ottawa protesters. Just like that. What are you talking about? You own the left. The left owns you. Literally. You don't own shit. You had a little bit of fun online. You're grown-ass motherfucking people. You're grown. What are you doing? You're grown. And your little false prophets, all they care about is a couple of likes and retweets. Ask them, where's the plans?
What have I been saying?
Hotep Jesus and the Hoteps, we got plans. We got the homeschooling program.
What are the action items? Not a reaction. What are the action items? Haven't I been saying that for months? Years? What are the action items? I'm done with the fucking t-shirt sales. I'm done with the clicks and likes. If I never make another YouTube video again, I'm fine with that. I will take my fight to the streets of Austin, where it needs to be. I don't mind asking the hard questions or going into the unfriendly neighborhoods or these homeless camps. I will sign up any voter I can. I will destroy any mural that I can. I will do the guerrilla warfare because guess what? Nobody else is. Sorry, guys. I am multitasking. I'm trying to eat. I still need to go press out my hair, and I need to get on a flight because I'm getting the hell out of town for a minute. I'm going to go have some fun and reset myself because I have gone nuts. I have lost my fucking mind the past 2 weeks. And I'm unraveling and going crazy because of all of this. I'm losing it because of all of this. Everything
on
he's saying.
HotepNation.com, we got plans. Where's your plans? You know what their plans are? To send you into the fucking booth to vote Republican so you can keep the same rhinos in establishment. That's the only plan they got for you. You know why? Because the donors pay them to do it. The big donors, the same big donors that pulled up the dossier, the Steele dossier on Trump is the same cats. Again, Andrew Torba created Gab, and y'all ran to controlled opposition. The last time I looked, y'all ran to a social network that came from China. Then y'all run around talking about y'all don't like China, CCP this, CCP that, but y'all run to a social network that literally came from China. What are y'all doing? When the shit hit the internet, that this new little social network came out, I watched everybody run and go create their accounts. I didn't even do any research, and I knew it was a honeypot.
I know it's a honeypot. You know why? Because I'm in tech and I know what growth looks like. I know what real growth looks like. And real growth is slow. When growth happens really fast, it's usually AstroTurf and there's a lot of money behind it.
Damn it. Say it. Tell it.
And usually when you're doing something righteous, you don't get money. You don't.
Facts. Okay. I'm not in tech the way he is, but I sure as fucked catered for Silicon Valley. And he's absolutely right. Growth is slow. And when it's an overnight success, it's fucking money laundering. Somebody's washing money. Some VC is washing money. Facts. Okay. These companies like Adobe and Zynga and Twitter, they take years. It takes years to build it. And then all of a sudden, overnight, everybody's on Getter. No. He sensed that something was wrong. I didn't know why it was wrong, but I knew something was wrong.
You don't get funded. Andrew Torba built Gab from the ground up, dollar for dollar from the people. And it took him a long time to build that shit up. He didn't pop overnight. You guys ran to these social networks and popped overnight. You know why? Because they had the money and the clout to pay your false prophets to promote the shit. Then y'all ran over there. So I dug it up. I did the presentation and I showed you. Oh, this is the shit that came from the Chinese people. This what y'all ran to? Somebody come out with a new phone and y'all go run and y'all go buy the phone. I'm like, this shit come from China. What Freedom Phone? What are you talking about? These is y'all false prophets. And I don't mean no attack Mr. Finman. I'm sorry. He getting his hustle on. I ain't trying to mess your hustle up. But come on, yo, don't mislead the people. There ain't no Freedom Phone. But this is the stuff y'all, this is what y'all run to. Y'all run to the false prophets. The false prophets get all the Fox News. Fox News don't call me. You know why? Because I might not mislead the people. And they need people who are dumb enough to either mislead the people or keep them distracted on all the things that don't matter. You know what they call you up to Fox News to do? To talk about the left. I don't want to talk about the left. I want to talk about what we're going to do. Bitcoin Magazine, they call me up. Oh, we want you to fucking do black outreach for Bitcoin. I'm not doing no fucking black outreach. There is no black outreach for Bitcoin. It's Bitcoin. You need black outreach for white people. You just had an Ottawa protest and they don't even know how to get Bitcoin to them. And you want to get Bitcoin to black people. That makes no sense. Makes absolutely no sense. Diversity. That's why we made the grifties. To show y'all, like, yo, these motherfuckers is a joke. We made jokes out of your peers, out of your false prophets, both left and right. We making jokes out of them. Trying to let you know, like, yo, this shit is entertainment. This shit ain't real life. This is entertainment. That's what the grifties are trying to tell you. This is entertainment. This ain't real life. Real life is about reading and writing and learning and teaching. Do you know your case law? What case law are you going to walk into the court with when they start talking about the mandates? You got people running around. Oh, how do I get the medical exemption? You don't know your case law? This is the same group of people who sit around and talk about the Constitution this, the Constitution that, the Constitution this, the Constitution that, don't know a piece of case law to save their life. Couldn't have them name one. Give me one piece of case law. One. Couldn't give you no case law. Marshall Forward, I appreciate you. I can't even see the super chat. What does this say? I guess the Conservative Party of Canada is just as ineffective and weak as the Republicans in the U.S. We weak around the globe, dog. $2020. See, this is what I'm talking about. We got to do 2020. He said if they have your Bitcoin wallet, your every transaction bust locked forever. This is what's wrong with y'all. Y'all ignorant. You guys don't know how Bitcoin works. If you buy Bitcoin from an exchange,
that's connected to a financial institution, then 2020 is correct. But you know, you could wash your Bitcoin. You know, there's ways to go around and have anonymous Bitcoin. Y'all not technologically advanced. This is the problem. Y'all behind. You got to catch up. You talking about stuff and you only know half the truth. Did your false prophets tell you get Bitcoin? And when? I've been a co-owner in a Bitcoin company since the boom of 2018. Well, the boom was 2017. I think we popped up in 2018. Trying to tell people like, yo, this is the wave right here. Shreds, I appreciate you. Why am I saying all this? I'm trying to show y'all how it got to this point. This is the point of no return right now. It got to this point because y'all been fucking paying attention to the left. Oh, the left did this, the left did that. I just did a presentation on CBDCs last week. 7 days ago, I did a presentation on CBDCs. Project Hamilton, was you here? Or did you just come from my video about Rogan and him saying the N-word? Was you at that one, but not at the one where I was talking about CBDCs? Because this week, Joe Biden issued an executive order saying he wants to bring out the central bank digital currency. But you wasn't here last week for that presentation because it was too intellectual for you. You want the emotional stuff. You want the sensationalization. You want the tabloids.
Yep.
You want the Babylon B stuff.
Yep.
You want to be entertained.
Yep.
You know, different than the left. You know, different than the hoi polloi. You don't want intellect. We provide educational material on this channel every single day. I sat here and ran down the entire history of banking in the United States. And y'all was nowhere to be found. And I knew y'all wouldn't be here because the material is too intellectual and people don't want intellectual material. Y'all stupid. Then you turn around and now you crying about Ottawa. Had you been intellectual, you would have seen Ottawa coming and you would have known how to deal with it when the time came. Yes, CBDC is the new fiat. Did your false prophets warn you about the CBDC? I know I listen to my goats. I know I listen to my mentors. I listen to my gurus. Ciprian is one of my gurus. I saw him drop the video. I hit the like button on it. It's intellectual content. I want that. Then he DM'd me like, yo, make sure you check this out. I said, yo, I definitely plan to. And I checked it out. And then I wrote a blog post and did another presentation on it after his with him. Because I knew that information was important. And 7 days later, Joe Biden got an executive order coming out for the same shit we covered 7 days ago. And y'all was not here. I know the Hoteps was here. Like my core fan base was here. They was here. The supporters was here. Where was the rest of y'all at? Did your false prophets warn you about the CBDC? Alex Jones did. And y'all let him get banned from the internet. Y'all let Donald Trump lose the election. Y'all let Donald Trump, they about to try to lock Donald Trump because they found some boxes in Mar-a-Lago. Meanwhile, Hillary Clinton broke Title 18 of the Espionage Act, and y'all ain't did nothing about that as a people. Because the left knows how to keep you distracted.
Yep.
The Piscean Empress, gratitude for the knowledge, Libra God King. Appreciate you.
This is one of the things that has been making me so depressed, and I'm just going to go ahead and say it now. I had a real gut check after that last live stream that I did. I allowed myself to get in the middle of some fraternity shit that had nothing to do with me. It was destructive to them. It was destructive to myself. And the reason I took that video down and the comment that Enrique made down wasn't even because I believed anything that they said. It was because I got a text message from Zach's wife. And I realized that I was hurting the families involved. Pointing the finger and saying, you know, you're a Fed. No, you're a Fed. No, you're the Fed. No, you're the Fed. No, you're lying. No, you're lying. I was hurting Zach's wife. And then I started thinking about his 2 daughters. And I've been so depressed because of my own actions. I've been so depressed because I love kids. I love kids. And his kids are suffering. And a lot of the fraternity brothers, their children are suffering. But we don't talk about them. We don't try to help them. Or, I mean, I am, but here I am getting embroiled in drama instead of standing tall and doing what is productive. That's one of the reasons I haven't made a video in 2 weeks. That's been part of my depression, is that gut check. I had a gut check. This video is a gut check. We gotta fucking do better. And you know what? If every video I make from this point on is boring as fuck and doesn't get any likes because I'm not interviewing the big stars of Walk Away, I'm not interviewing, you know, the controversial people, I'm not getting embroiled in these fucking TikTok fights and these fraternity fights and all these other things that I've been allowing myself to get into, I'm good with that. I'm good with it. My dream, my intention from day one, from the very first day that I made a YouTube channel, even before that, when I was on Instagram, having the entire wokety woke community of craft beer coming against me and attacking me, I said from day one, I was going to make intelligent content. And sometimes I've gotten away from that. But this video that Hotep made was my gut check. And talking to Zach's wife was my gut check. We don't have much time left. I know I could die any day. I have no legacy. I have no family. I have nothing to leave behind except what is said, what I have done, what I have donated to, how I have donated. That's all I leave behind when I die. Do I want it to be drama and false prophets and praising false prophets, or do I want it to be education and books and reading books and cracking out the Constitution and us looking over it again together? And fundraising for the children of political prisoners. That's what I want to fucking go out doing. Not pointing the finger and fucking fighting with Enrique Tarrio.
Big Elvis, the Chef Rosenberg, I'm here and thank you. I appreciate you. Where was your false prophets? You know what your false prophets like to do? They like to profit off you. You know what your false prophets like to do? They like to profit off you. You know what your false prophets like to do? They like to profit off you. And they do. They live very handsomely, keeping y'all distracted on whatever the left say is happening. I try to throw y'all signals and shit of how to act online. Y'all running with memes of AOC with buck teeth and all this, that, and third. And I'm like, how old are you? How old are you? You're 40 years old passing around memes of a grown woman with her teeth messed up. Photoshopping her breasts and doing it. How old are you? This is real life. So I try to show y'all how a real person is supposed to act, and I show admiration for AOC. I don't disrespect. I show admiration for Kamala Harris. I don't show disrespect. You're not supposed to disrespect women. I'm trying to teach y'all. But y'all want to fall into the left plank because that's what the left do. They put the fools on the screen to make you react so they could say, look at how these people act. They act like heathens. Look at them. That's why we got to lock them up. It's the same plan they use against black people. Red whites is the new niggas. Y'all act like niggas. It's a word that starts with the letter M. It's called maturity, and you need to act like you got some. Where's your maturity? Y'all running around memeing and memeing and memeing and memeing and memeing. And now the police got their fucking bats upside your head. I'm going to go through some of the Ottawa videos. I got one in particular I'm going to show you. Yes, respect your opponent. Correct. I'm trying to show y'all like you got to have some tact. This shit is war. You got to have tact. You got to have strategy. You can't just be out here just shooting in the wind. Of course, AOC don't know what she's talking about. Duh. But when you argue from a fool from a distance, people can't tell who is who. Why would you even acknowledge her? You made her. You literally made AOC the star that she is. When you could have ignored her and been focused on your family, your guns, your speeches, your writing, your intellectual property, your technology. Where's your technology? Your false prophets can't slap together a social network to change their life. I got a DM the other day when somebody got some truther social network coming out. And I'll read you my response to the motherfucker because this shit is just stupid. Like, what are y'all doing out here, yo? Y'all just playing games. Like, this shit's really sickening. Where's this DM? I'm gonna show you what happened. Right. So apparently this dude is EVP at this new social network coming out. And I said to him, I said, based upon the tech and UI, what is your unique value proposition? Free speech platform does not move me. So he wants me to sign up on this social network, get all my people to come on board and sign up so he can make money off of me and you, right? He wants me to be a false prophet. I'm not leading people to some fake promised land. But this the same thing. Free speech platform. Everybody got a fucking free speech platform. Everybody and their mama. Oh, look, I got a freedom phone. Look, I got a freedom app. You could be free on my app. No, you can't, stupid. You're not free until the money free, stupid. How about you build good technology? So I'm going to show you how he responds. He says an unexpected response. I know, because you thought I was a false prophet. So you did think it was I know it's an unexpected response. He says, so many people clamoring for me to get them on, but you are unimpressed. But he says, I love it. But I also know you are an independent thinker. Indeed, we have not reinvented the wheel. Our mission is allowing suppressed information, art, and news back into the world dialogue. So yes, free speech, but more free society and free thought. Does that not move you? All good. Email me if you want to come on before the park opens for real. I appreciate you responding. Dude, Gab exists. Gab was free speech platform before you even thought of your idea. Why are you making another one? Why do y'all keep hopping to other free speech platforms? Gab exists. It's the best thing out. They've solved most of the technological problems. Stripe banned them. PayPal banned them. They operating off of Bitcoin. They've been operating off Bitcoin for a while now. They got their own ad network. They are way ahead of you, whoever's trying to build your little social network. They're way ahead of you. They got a lot of bugs figured out. They got massive adoption. But they were the first ones to come out with a free speech platform. You know what the thing is? You know what's going on here? They don't want homegrown freedom. They want AstroTurf controlled opposition freedom. Now, I don't know if this dude is controlled ops. He moving like it by the way he responded to me. And I'm gonna tell you how I'm gonna tell you my last. I said to him just like this. I said, Gab already does this. This is my response to him. Gab already does this. I'd be impressed when a startup doesn't simply clone Twitter and Meta. Actually innovate in this space and you'll win big time. Otherwise, you'll carry more cost than revenue and struggle with adoption. UX is important. UX is super important. If you want to book me for a consult, we can set something up. This is my response to this guy. Me being in tech for the past 12 years, I know what it takes to make this shit work. And when I look at Gab, I see somebody who figured it out way before anybody. But what do these apps do? What do they do that's so special? What does you guys ran to these little stupid ass, the P app, the G app, and both of them shits is Twitter clones. What are you buying into? Twitter already exists. Why can't these people create something new? It's a honeypot. They just want to get y'all all in one place so they can collect your data and sell it to the Republican Party. But I'm the hater. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to Hotep. Jesus crazy. Don't listen to me. He's just a Hotep. Don't let this black skin fool you. This is truth. Raw and uncut. Your false prophets is the same as the Al Sharptons. Baby Vaso said, what is conservatism? If conserving traditional values means to be conservative, doesn't this mean in Canada the conservative doesn't equals conservative in the U.S.? I appreciate you. Danny Mayday, I just found you tonight and feel like crying. I'm in. Welcome, Danny. Gab got their own servers. They not renting off of Amazon like your other social media app was renting off of AWS, off of Amazon. You know why they asked you, why they wanted to down Gab? Because Gab was homegrown and they can't control Andrew Torba. I don't give a fuck how many Nazis on the app. I know freedom when I see freedom. I don't give a fuck how many skinheads or white nationalists or whoever's sitting in their mama basement mad at black people. I don't care. I know freedom when I see freedom, no matter what color's on it, no matter what ideology's on it. But these people don't innovate. And that's why they lose, because they don't innovate. Who comes out with a social network and creates a Twitter clone? Who does that? It makes no sense. I know a kid right now with a dope ass social media idea. I would tell it to you right now, but I don't want y'all to steal his idea. And it's in the App Store right now. And he can't get adoption. But he innovated. And I was like, yo, this app is dope. I like this. There's nobody on here. It needs some capital. It needs some work. But the idea is stupid dope. But why don't your people innovate? Why they created a Twitter clone? You left Twitter to go to Twitter. It's not even Twitter 2.0 because it doesn't even have all of Twitter's features. You know how long it'd take somebody to build an exact duplicate of Twitter? Your engineers would take years to catch up. Years to catch up. You don't even have the infrastructure to carry what Twitter does. To carry every feature. Trez, you know what your false prophets like to do? Profit or you. Hit that Don DeMarco.
Don DeMarco.
Come on, man. This shit ain't a game. False prophets. You know what they do? It's not only false prophets, they get the inexperience too. They'll go get some 20-year-old boy and put him on Fox News to speak for you, and he don't know shit. The left to go grab some 20-year-old boy and have him represent you on a leftist platform and make y'all look crazy. You know why? Because for the media, no matter who it is, it's about clicks. It's not about substance. It's about clicks. It's about how many viewers can we get, and they know how you people react, and it's your fault. It's not Fox News' fault that they put bullshit on their screens. It's your fault they put bullshit on the screen because you watch the bullshit. You don't tune in when they talking about some real shit, because there's a lot of real shit that comes out on Fox News sometimes. What if the financial section was the most popular show on Fox News and not Tucker Carlson or Hannity? And no diss to them. I'm not saying they bullshit. But what if you guys tuned into the finance section more than the other stuff? What do you think they're going to do? They're going to put out more fun. If you tuned into intellectual property, if you tuned into intellectual content, they would give you intellectual content because they following the dollars. But y'all niggas, y'all just white niggas. That's all y'all is. Y'all white niggas. Y'all want to be entertained. Who's YouTube can I watch now that's, going to talk about, whatever bullshit happened in the media today. Not the shit of substance, not the intellectual stuff. A lot of y'all run around talking about Thomas Sowell, ain't read no Thomas Sowell, ain't watched no Thomas Sowell. You just saying his name, you passing around a 3-minute video clip that you got from somewhere, and that's the most soul you got. But you ain't read the shit. You ain't even listened to the audiobooks. And they free right on the YouTube. This the shit that killed me most, though. This the shit that killed me most. You motherfuckers got the nerve to say back the fucking blue. Where did you get that from? I just need somebody to tell me that. I just need somebody to tell me who the fuck taught you to back the blue. Tell me in the chat. Who taught you that? Who taught you to back the blue? Can somebody answer me that? Who started that? And why are you still doing it? You backing the blue, but the blue don't back you. All right, it's a few good officers out there. It's a few good precincts out there. I know one precinct said we not reinforcing the mandate. That's good police. That's good police precinct. I like that. That's also small town and independent. Then you showed up at the 6 and the blue turned on you. The feds, right, exactly. It's the feds. Don't you know that police, the entity of police in America was created to protect property of the rich? At its inception, and part of that property was slaves. Mainstream grifters told you to back the blue. See, this is what I'm talking about. Y'all false prophets. Now we sitting in Ottawa, and I'm going to go to the videos. We're going to get to the videos. I didn't forget the videos. And y'all screaming, back the blue, but the blue don't back you. I've seen good police before. I've met good police before. I've met good white police, and I've met good black police. I remember one time I was speeding like a motherfucker, and I got pulled over, and the police name was Sean, and his grandmother, his mother and my grandmother went to the same church, and he looked me out and he let me go. I watched him beat somebody else's ass, but because I was close to him, he let me go. I remember being pulled over in Union, New Jersey with a suspended license, and a white cop pulled me over. And he said to me, I'm not going to call this in. Drive safely, drive home, and get home now. You have a warrant for your arrest. And he let me go. A white police officer. I've had some racist police officers too. But I've had a white police officer say, yo, go, get out of here. And I said, oh, shit, thank you. And I left and I went straight home. But what we are talking about, when we talk about the blue, we are talking about the majority. We are talking about the entity of police state power, the enforcers. They're called law enforcement. Law enforcement. You messed up and allowed too much legislation to go down in this country. So you got too many laws on the book. And now they're enforcers coming around and rounding you up. I'm going to play this tape and I'm going to show you what your blue does. I just want to add a disclaimer, and I just want to say I cannot confirm nor deny that this is valid information. I just thought it was interesting, and I think you should see it too. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to put it on your screen in just a second. Hold on. Joy Williams sent this to me, and I found it intriguing, and I found it almost believable too. I want to say it's believable. Some of you may have already seen it. Watch this. This is out in Ottawa. Why are you seeing that on your screen? Hold on. Let's watch this.
Guys, this is breaking news on the ground. This is huge. You have to share this with everybody. They're saying how they arrested over 70 people today in Ottawa. Well, I know people on the ground whose immediate family was one of those people that got arrested. And as I keep telling you, these arrests are illegal, unlawful. They can't charge you. They can't do anything with you. So you know what they're doing to these people? They're arresting them in front of everybody, handcuffing them, throwing them in a paddy wagon, driving them about 15, 20 minutes away, and then just releasing them in the middle of nowhere. Why? Because they can't charge a peaceful protester with a crime for standing in a public area. Thank you very much. Share this with everybody, and don't be afraid.
Did y'all get that? Did y'all get that? This the blue y'all backing? This the blue y'all backing? I hope this ain't the blue y'all backing. Let's go to some media. Let's see what the media is saying about all of this. Damn. I think it's I'm gonna have to find it. Let's go to my history and where did I see that? Oh. I'm sorry. That's what I had up on your screen before. So this is CNN via MSN.com. And I just want y'all to see how they talk about y'all. Demonstrations in Ottawa turned violent Friday as protesters, according to authorities, assaulted officers and tried to remove their weapons. Do you see how they're blaming the protesters? You know, this is the same thing they said about black protesters at the beginning of the Black Lives Matter protests 5, 6, 7 years ago, whatever that was. The media was not on Black Lives Matter side in the very beginning. It wasn't until it became controlled ops that they became on their side. This is the same thing they said. All means of de-escalation have been used to move forward in our goal of returning Ottawa to its normalcy, police in Canada's capital said in the tweet. Police tweeted a photograph of mounted officers forming a line and later said people fell when officers on horseback tried to disperse the crowd. You mean he ran people over? Is that what you're talking about? When he ran people over? That's what I saw. Tell me in the chat, isn't that what you saw? Try to disperse the crowd. They're allowed to protest. That's why y'all can't arrest them. Legally, at least. Anyone who fell, now look at this right here. Anyone who fell, got up and walked away, were unaware of any injuries. I don't know if that's true. I want to say it's not because I heard somebody died out there. I don't know if that's true. I'm not in Ottawa. I can't say for sure what's happening out there. One person was arrested when a bicycle was thrown in the direction of a horse farther down the line, police said. Now they're trying to act like the people did it. They're trying to paint them as violent. This is what they do to Black protesters. They do the same thing. The police incite it, and then they write the article up, and they say, oh, the niggas did it. The niggas started it. And they're doing the same thing to you right now. That's why I'm so conflicted. Now, does Antifa get buck wild? They damn sure do. Has there been Black people that have gotten violent at protests? Absolutely. But I had an argument with people about Ferguson, the Ferguson protests. Do you realize that the Ferguson protests were peaceful? And there were provocateurs in the crowd who started things? And Darren Sales, who was close to Mike Brown's parents, mother and father, was telling the provocateurs, chill. It was peaceful. But after the provocateurs got the police riled up and the tear gas started flowing, the media painted them as evil, bad people, just like they're doing right now. City, provincial, and federal law enforcement began an unprecedented operation Friday morning to remove protesters in their trucks and cars that have been blocking Ottawa streets for weeks. By Friday night, more than 100 people have been arrested. 21 vehicles were towed. You must leave. You must cease further unlawful. See this law? That word law right there? Unlawful.
So my Uber's going to be here in about 4 minutes. Obviously, I didn't have time to even fucking shower or wash my hair because I had to get this off my chest. Guys, you don't even know. I couldn't sleep for 2 days. I couldn't eat. My gut check was destroying me. But I will say this, Hotep and anyone who came here through Hotep, thank you. Thank you. Having you in this live stream has confirmed that I'm on the right track and that I have nothing to be ashamed of. I do have a meaning and a value in this fight because it's really a fight for humanity. It's not just a fight for patriots. So thank you for being here. I had no idea that you followed me on Twitter, and I am beyond flattered, and thank you. Thank you for putting me back where I know I need to be, giving us all the gut check. Y'all know what a gut check is? Y'all know what that means? When something is just eating at you and eating at you and eating at you because you know you've been thinking wrong, you've been talking wrong. You've been looking at the wrong things. You've been getting distracted by dumb shit. And what do I say? I say, I don't have time for dumb shit, and yet I engaged in dumb shit. My gut check wasn't letting me even fucking sleep. But I needed a reset. And this video was a reset. So you guys go to his YouTube channel, just type in Hotep Jesus, find him on YouTube, find him on Twitter, and you can finish watching the rest of the video. It's just over 2 hours. Thank you. It's just over 2 hours long. We've watched over almost an hour and 20 minutes of it. I got to catch this flight. I'm going out of town. I'm going to sing some karaoke tonight. I'm going to go to the beach tomorrow. And I've got therapy on Monday. And I'm going to try to come back being the person that I know that I am. Not the fucking red pill TMZ person. Not the getting involved in everybody's business person. that I began to let myself be, because even from that, even the reason I was doing that was because I feel so lost and so unfocused. My Twitter is Rage Red Pill. Thank you, Honey Badger. I will look for your email. What's up? Long time no see. Happy you're here. Go back and watch this from the beginning. This is quite possibly the most powerful video that I might have done in a long time. So my Uber will be here in 1 minute and I gotta go. I'm catching this flight. I'm getting the hell out of Dodge for a minute. And I'm gonna come back being the person that I know I am. There they are. I ain't even got no chapstick on my lips. That's them right now. I love you guys. I love you, Patriots. So thank you. I can't believe you're still here. What you said in that video encompassed every fucking thing that we need to be worried about, and what we need to be thinking about and focusing on. And like Jericho Green says, I'm done with the left. Well, are we really done with the left? Because if we're really done with the left, we will be doing things to build our movement instead of memes and fake news and dumb shit and arguing and pointing fingers. If we were really done with the left, we wouldn't be acting like them. So I gotta go. I gotta catch my flight. This has been amazing. I am so happy that you're here. Thank you for supporting me. I had no idea you would jump in this live. And this was exactly the confirmation I needed to go forward. So I know you don't know me that well, but I am so happy that you did. You have no idea the depression and the anxiety that I have gone through the past 2 weeks. And now you're here to push me forward. And we can push each other forward together. And I hope we can push everybody forward, because they sure as fuck are not listening. So here's, I don't know you, but here's a hug. Here's a hug for Hotep Jesus. Y'all go follow him on Twitter. Go subscribe to his channel. And we can start getting some real information and not the dumb shit.